Is your car good? Your car running good?
Yeah, so we were en route to start filming the most important and amazing video that we've ever made. Actually, we were all done.
Yeah, we were done.
Oh, we were on our way to go eat our amazing Z-Mans, which you guys will see the video of soon. PTSD.
We were driving northbound 435, and we were in the right lane, and there was a hunk of metal that was just flying through the road. And
a hunk of metal is a good description. It was like, how big? It was this big.
It was big.
It was as big as my longboard here. It was this big.
We were driving separate. I was in a Colorado, Moses in a Prius, just for like to understand what happened. So I see it. I'm in front of Moses. I jerk my wheel. I missed it. Moses gets absolutely smoked.
I see Brandon move his truck, and I hear ka-chung, ka-chung. I look up, I see Brandon move his truck, and up comes a piece of metal coming directly at the driver windshield. So I jerk my wheel to the right, resulting in my headlight, bumper, quarter panel area getting absolutely demolished and smoked by said piece of hunk metal.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, hunk.
Yeah, I don't know where the metal came from, but
hey, if you're the one that
really
dropped that hunk,
mark.
I hate you.
A lockout's pretty much inevitable in 2027, right?
That would honestly be kind of awesome. I mean, first of all, it'd be something for us to talk about during the off season, but I mean, something's got to happen. I mean, I think that it could go both ways, but go ahead. Let's talk about it.
Well, I definitely don't want it to happen, but with the Kyle Tucker signing with the Dodgers, I saw fan sentiment move towards we just want a lockout to happen because this is ridiculous. And I think your sport is in a really weird spot when your fans are willing to miss games to get the competitive balance fixed.
Yeah. I mean, the consensus here is the Dodgers are already really good. You look at it and you say, so the Dodgers have already won 2 back-to-back World Series. And in the offseason, you're looking at the most improved teams. Most improved team might be the Dodgers. In fact, it probably is. They signed their closer, their nails closer for the next 3 years, and then they signed the best outfielder on the market. And they didn't need either one of those to be good because they clearly already won back-to-back World Series. And this kind of just opened up a whole conversation. And to give you guys kind of a little bit of a backstory, I'm going to sit here and read out some of the contracts that the Dodgers have given some of the biggest name players in Major League Baseball. So Kyle Tucker just signed a 4-year, $240 million deal. That's $64 million signing bonus and $30 million in deferred money. Now, deferred money is kind of the name of the game here. This is the Dodgers model to be able to be competitive now and defer their money to later so that they can kind of make a better balance for their team now, and they can afford it because they're the richest team in baseball.
Yeah.
So,
and deferring the contracts helps them have a lesser luxury tax to pay each season.
Yeah. So they're able to pay for a player now for a little bit, and then they pay for the contract for the rest of the next couple decades. Like, they have deferred money scheduled all the way to 2047. So Kyle Tucker signed a 4-year, $240 million deal. To name a few other contracts that they have signed, Shohei Ohtani signed a 10-year, $700 million deal. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, no big deal for getting that on the first try, signed a 12-year, $325 million deal. He's a starting pitcher. The largest contract for a starting pitcher ever. Blake Snell, the starting pitcher, signed a 5-year, $182 million deal. Tyler Glasnow, another starting pitcher, signed a 5-year, $136.5 million deal. Like I mentioned, they signed their closer of the future in Edwin Diaz to a 3-year, $69 million contract. Mookie Betts, their starting right fielder, signed a 12-year, $365 million contract. Freddie Freeman signed a 6-year, $162 million contract. And Will Smith, their catcher, signed a 10-year, $140 million contract. Those are all of the big name contracts that they have so far.
Yeah, their total projected payroll, according to Fangraphs, is $429 million in 2026. The next closest is the New York Mets at $336 million, just to give you a picture of how much they're spending.
And then where do the Royals rank on that list there?
Again, according to Fangraphs, they're 18th in payroll with $146 million projected for the 26 season.
Okay. To give you guys an idea, Bobby Witt Jr., maybe one of the best players in all of baseball, homegrown talent. He signed an, if I'm remembering off the top of my head, 11-year contract for $288 million. And that was a record-breaking, tone-setting, city-changing contract. So I saw somewhere that the Dodgers have $2.1 billion in deferred deals from now until 2047. So, yes, they're paying almost $500 million in their salary right now for 1 year. But that number, it's not a small number that's going to be getting paid from now for the next 21 years. That's $100 million per year minimum right now that they can't get out of, while still paying $500 million per year in player contracts.
So the big hang up, obviously a ludicrous payroll from the Dodgers that has an insane TV deal. They have an $8.35 billion TV deal through 2039. So they have roughly $300 million a year from their TV deal alone. But the big hang up here,
the Royals didn't even get paid.
Yeah,
their TV deal money.
The Royals are free agents right now. Oh, it's bad.
Yeah.
But the big hang up is in free agency. It feels like in baseball versus other sports, there are 5 teams in baseball that have a legitimate shot to sign these top free agents, where in NBA, NFL, everybody has a reasonable chance to sign somebody. It's just really up to the player where they want to play. The big kind of talking point around baseball circles, which this has been a discussion for a long time. If you've been around for a while, if you're one of our wise listeners, you remember 1994 and 1995 and everything that happened with that strike, and the reasons for that are very similar to what's going on now, where there's clearly an economic imbalance, and a lot of the thrown out solutions are salary caps and salary floors, which MLB does not have.
Which sets them apart from really every other sport, because the MLB is the only sport, to my knowledge, that does not have any structure as far as floor or cap for their salaries.
Yeah, the only thing that MLB really has in place is the luxury tax threshold. If you go over it, you have to pay a tax. But outside of that, like, there's no penalty for doing that other than paying a tax. Like, these teams, clearly the Dodgers, Mets, and top payrolls, see it as worth it to hit that threshold should they need to.
Yeah, if the Dodgers three-peat this next season, they're going to think that this is absolutely money well spent, because there's only there's a small window. I mean, it's not a small window. They have some of these players wrapped up for the next decade. Some of them are half decade, but I mean, they're going to be a good team for a long time. And while they have all these good players and they can afford to pay that luxury tax, why not? It's like they're all they got to do is budget.
I remember when they signed Shohei to his deal, I was looking at it and I'm like, this team will win at least 3 championships in the next 10 years. And they've already won 2. So I was lowballing. I think there's 2 things that need to happen, because you have what the Dodgers are doing and having a projected $429 million payroll according to Fangraphs. But on the other end of that spectrum, you have the Miami Marlins, who are projected to spend $69 million in payroll in 2026. And to me, that is as unacceptable as what the Dodgers are doing. So what needs to happen
Completely agree.
is we have to find a floor where you have to spend the 15th highest payroll is Detroit. They're sitting at 161 million. I don't know if you want your floor to be 161 million, but I think you need to have your floor be somewhere around $100 million in payroll. This is because if you're doing that, you're at least showing that you're trying to be competitive. Where I look at the bottom, Miami, Cleveland, Tampa Bay Rays, Athletics, White Sox. Those are the bottom teams. Miami, big market. White Sox, big market. Neither of them really have any excuses. Cleveland, they won their division. Tampa, perennially competitive. Athletics, I don't even know where they're playing next year. So
Literally,
we've gotta get it to where these teams that aren't spending are spending and investing in the product on the field. But also, when it comes to free agency, every team needs to feel like they have a shot. Because I remember with Dayton Moore and small market teams in general, I remember Dayton Moore saying something along the lines of, yeah, we didn't even contact Mookie Betts' agent when he was a free agent because we didn't think we would even have a shot. Or, hey, we have to build our team via the draft and the trade market because we can't compete in free agency like other teams can. So you have 2 different sports. You have 2 different philosophies happening in Major League Baseball. One, the Dodgers are like, the other teams are going to be our farm system, and whenever their players get hit free agency and they get priced out, we're just gonna sign them, and that's how we're gonna build our team.
So there's something I want to say real quick. Something I've noticed is other leagues, and I don't know how it is with every league, but I have some NFL knowledge. The NFL is number 1 in the USA as far as professional sports. And we have said in multiple different instances, we think that the MLB should focus on being the second best and most easily accessible sport in America. And the NFL does something amazing that no one else does. They have people having bidding wars over who can have games. So Amazon owns Thursday Night Football. I think it's NBC or ABC owns Monday Night Football. Sunday Night Football is also owned. Say that again?
ABC, yeah, for Monday Night Football, ESPN.
Okay. And then NBC owns Sunday Night Football. And then Sunday afternoon football games, 12 and 3 o'clock windows, are owned by Fox and CBS. And what happens is all of these different entities pay a large sum of money. It all goes to the NFL, and then the NFL distributes it evenly amongst all 32 teams. So all of them have their fair share of the cut. But the MLB, everyone owns their own regional sports network broadcasting rights. You said something that I've never heard before. The Dodgers make $300 million a year on just television. And the Royals, now they're having to go fumble around and go find a new provider for broadcasting the games. And that alone, it sets them apart in such a huge way. $300 million, that is double the Royals' entire payroll. And if they had that cash coming in every single year, of course they would be able to afford it more.
I feel like what happens with this argument of spending, big market spenders versus small market teams, is you have people that are just completely disingenuous in their arguments, and they're like, well, the other owners just need to spend more. Clearly, that's the problem. They could do this. And
I certainly do see that side of the argument.
I do for teams that are spending $70 million a year, but looking at the Royals at 146 million, or even Detroit that's 15 more million, like, they're not trying.
Yeah, it's a respectable number.
So I think what the Dodgers are doing, that's not a realistic thought that the other 29 teams should just be doing that, because it's so service level. You're not looking into what the Dodgers are actually doing and how they're doing it. They're doing it with their TV contract. They're doing it through the deferred payment loophole, which you could make the argument, why aren't other teams doing that? The loophole needs closed, because it's absurd to me that Shohei Ohtani would go, yeah, I'll take $2 million a year and then get the rest of it later. That's bizarre, but you do you.
Yeah, I wonder how much he makes with New Balance.
Yeah, I was going to say, he probably makes some crazy endorsement money.
And on all the sports betting that he does.
True. I think what is realistic, I look at what NBA does for their contracts, their free agency. So they have restricted free agents and they have unrestricted free agents. And restricted free agents can go and try to sign with other teams, but the team that they're with have the ability to match the offer of whatever other team offer them a deal. And if they match the offer, they get to keep the free agent. Unrestricted, you can go sign wherever the heck you want. But with NBA, you can't just sign players to ludicrous deals. You have max deals. You have like certain kind of tiers that you can sign players in. So a player that's an free agent can go and sign literally anywhere. And every team has the same shot, because they're like, this is all this person can sign for.
Okay.
That's, to me, what I feel like Major League Baseball should try to get is, okay, Kyle Tucker, he's worth the max contract for his free agency, and it is $180 million or for 4 years or 5 years, whatever. Every team should then feel like they have an opportunity to do that, because it's not 10 years for $650 million.
Yeah. Like, you don't even realize the scope of it. 4 years for $240 million, that's an average of $60 million a year. Like, that's double what Bobby Witt Jr. makes. Bobby Witt Jr. is the face of our city as far as baseball. He is the Royals. Like, when you think of the Royals, you think of Salvi because he's been here and he has a ring. You think of the Pasquatch, and you think of Bobby Witt Jr., of course, because Bobby Witt Jr. is honestly kind of leagues above talent level, physical talent level, and he's making half as much money as Kyle Tucker. I would much rather have Bobby Witt Jr. on my team. I don't know how Bobby agreed to that deal. Like, thank you so much, Bobbert, because that is absurd. But at the same time, at the exact same time, if you're Kyle Tucker and you're a free agent, you can do whatever you want. You're going to take the money. You'd be stupid to not take the money. Of course, you're biting the apple, and you're, shout out James from Survivor. He's biting the apple, and he is doing the sinful thing, which is joining the team that everyone hates. And he is contributing to even more of this horrible conversation, which none of us even want to have to be having.
Well, he was kind of the tip of
he's
the
the straw
iceberg.
that broke the camel's back. Yeah, he's the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, because
it's the Jesse meme from Breaking Bad. Like, they can't keep getting away with this.
Yeah.
Like, they've been doing this behind lots of people's like view. Like, this goes over a lot of casual baseball fans' heads, and they don't actually realize how bad it's gotten. And now that you look at it all on paper, they have $2 billion in only deferred money for the next 20 plus years. The Royals have zero because they can't afford that.
Yeah.
The Dodgers know that they're going to make $300 million a year for the next decade. Why the heck not? All you have to do is budget.
MLB needs to have an international draft instead of international players being able to sign wherever the heck they want.
I agree. That's a great hot take. Let's go, Brandon.
Thank you.
Keep cooking. Keep cooking.
That's all I had. You have like if you're a high tier player, an international player, whether it's Japan or Dominican, whatever, why would you just get free agency? You can just go wherever the heck you want. Where, like, again, to use NBA as an example, you have these really good European players, Luka Doncic, Victor Wembanyama, Nikola Jokic, great players. They still got to do the draft. So every team has an equal chance to get these players.
And honestly, the MLB seems like, I don't know how Major League Baseball has not evolved more over the years. I would say that they are the least evolved, the least with it league that I can think of, because they're the oldest league in American sports. They have been a thing since before your great great grandpa was even freaking conceived. And to think that there has been absolutely zero, we are just now getting to a time in 2026 with the technology that we can start having a slightly better strike system. Tell me why that is just now happening. And that's just one little example. This is a gigantic multi-billion-dollar league that demands a lot of attention and a lot of, things going on behind the scenes with greater minds than you or I. And I don't understand how we have not come any further than we have now, because it's 2026 and some of these things, this should not be a talking point. We should not be talking about this right now, because this is stuff that should have been fixed in the 70s and 80s and 90s, back when money was becoming a big thing.
They tried in the 90s.
Yeah, and they freaking failed. Because
MLB has a very, very strong union. You think about it, the reports that came out this year, Rob Manfred, commissioner of MLB, was doing his rounds, and he was in the Phillies clubhouse, and Bryce Harper literally stood up and told him if he was going to talk salary caps that he can get the F out of their locker room. So there you go.
I mean, the players want money. The players want the most money favorable thing for them.
That's fair. Yeah.
But they also, everyone that's not winning wants to have the competitive argument, while everyone that is winning just wants to talk about money and don't talk to me about how we need to make this more fair because we're winning.
I think you need to look at it, not you, but I think they need to look at it.
Look at it. I'll be like that
look
one.
At it.
It's like,
look at it. Look at it.
No, the Diary of a Wimpy Kid, where he's like,
I think you have to start to look at it, if you're the league and the union, and go, what is best for the fans? Because as a fan, I am very much go get your money. That within the rules of the game right now, go get paid.
Go get your bag.
At the same time, I would love to feel like the Royals have a chance to sign Mookie Betts, to sign Kyle Tucker, to sign Shohei Ohtani. And I know I don't even bother to get my hopes up, because I know that it's not even, or like, I don't even dream about it, because it's just not possible. And
yeah,
we have to get there. We have to get there.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if a salary cap is what it is, but something has to change.
The collective bargaining agreement between the players union and the MLB expires on December 1st. So basically starting December 1st, that is when the volume knob gets dialed to 11. I thought it'd be fun to look ahead at the 2026 roster and for you to tell me which player you are most excited to watch. Just, straight off the bat, what player are you most excited to watch, whether that's because they're freaking amazing or is it because you think they're going to be really improved? I want to hear one position player and I want you to tell me one pitcher.
Okay. Well, I will start with the position player then, since that's what you said first.
Let me hear it, brother.
I'm going to go a little bit out here because this player was not on the Royals roster in 2025. But that the outfield was a big point of contention for me in 2025 and that the outfield was a problem. It wasn't addressed. I had a lot of beef with the Royals and everything they were doing. I'm excited about the acquisition of Isaac Collins and what he's going to bring to this team. I understand that he might be in a little bit of a platoon situation, but he is better than anything that the Royals put out in the outfield last year, whether it was MJ Melendez or any other random player you can think of. I'm excited for him. He was 4th in Rookie of the Year voting, but most importantly, looking at his on-base percentage, in 441 plate appearances, he had a 368 on-base percentage. So I'm excited to have somebody that can clearly get on base. And if you can get on base, whether he's at the top of the lineup or wherever, let's say he's at the top and he's got Bobby, Vinny, Salvi, all these guys that have now RBI opportunities because you have somebody that can get on base. And again, I'm just pumped to see something different. Now, I know Isaac Collins wasn't the huge splash that we were kind of expecting or hoping for as far as bringing in an outfielder. Still in the offseason, so it's a possibility. But excited for him. And from a pitching standpoint, I'm excited to see Noah Cameron in year 2. Noah Cameron in year 1 came up as just kind of a spot start, I believe, for Cole Reagan's somebody. We had an injured pitcher. But came up, he was really good, and he had to make another start, and he was really good. And then we were like, oh, this Noah Cameron guy, he's got something. And now the Royals have a really good problem in front of them is, well, we can't send Noah Cameron down. And Noah Cameron just continued to ball out. He had an ERA just under 3 over 140 innings pitched in 2025. And he was 4th place in Rookie of the Year voting. Naturally, he will probably regress a little bit. That's just how that works. But very excited to see Noah Cameron plugged in for a full season with the rest of the rotation that the Royals have.
Dude, let's freaking go. Dude, I think Noah Cameron is going to be awesome. Hey, he has 4 eyes. He sees more than we do. So
yeah,
he knows what he's doing.
He does.
And then I was going to say, Isaac Collins, I have seen a little bit of feedback on some of our in our comment sections about how we are excited for Isaac Collins, and then other people are like, oh, he was benched. Oh, he's not that good. Yeah, he might have been benched, but he wasn't cut like MJ Melendez and Hunter Renfroe. Yeah. Like, he still had a better slash line than anyone on our entire team besides maybe Kyle Isbell. And if he can turn out to be anything that is league average or for his own standards, if he just continues being him, that is an actual improvement. And if we win 2 more games because of just his acquisition, that's borderline a playoff team just like that. So I love your picks, and I think both of my players, honestly,
I love that you said 2 more games, by the way, because he has a 2.1 WAR in 2025.
Ooh, let's go. I know ball, dude. I know ball. Let's freaking go.
Real quick, versus a negative WAR that MJ Melendez had. So,
what was Hunter Renfroe's WAR? Does it even say?
Hunter Renfroe's WAR was a negative 1.5.
Okay. So get Hunter Renfroe out of there. That's 3.5 games extra that we will win because Isaac Collins is on the team the entire season.
Yep.
The math is mathing, buddy. So my position player that I am most excited to watch, because I am a big fan, Bobby Witt Jr.,
Wow.
the 2026
Went deep there.
American League MVP to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm calling it. And the reason I'm calling it, I want to give you guys a little bit of stats. I threw something together. So in 2024 and 2025, he led the MLB in hits. 2024, he had 211 hits. And then in a down year, 2025, he had 184, still led the MLB. He had 47 doubles, which led the MLB. And some of the averages, 39 doubles, 9 triples, 27 home runs, 97 RBIs, 38 stolen bases, 105 runs scored, an 844 OPS, which is on base plus slugging. And he had a 9.4 WAR in 2024 and a 7.1 wins above replacement in 2025. He was the American League runner-up in 2024, only behind Aaron Judge, who had a career year, 58 homers, 144 RBIs, like 130-something walks. Absolutely nutty year from Aaron. And the reason I bring him up, I value defense. When I'm watching baseball, you're going to watch a lot more defense than you are offense. I see Bobby every single inning do absolutely inhumane things in the what?
Inhumane?
Yeah,
He's just doing terrible things out there.
He's doing terrible things to the hitters. Okay. He's doing inhuman things. He's just being Superman out there. He won the Gold Glove and the Platinum Glove at shortstop in 2025. And the reason I bring him up, because I think that this could be his year to win MVP. So my pitcher, again, it's a name that we've been talking about for all off season for different reasons. But my pitcher is Kris Bubic. Kris Bubic is exactly what you want in an MLB player. He comes up young. He kind of gets his butt kicked. 2021 and 2022, they were trying to make him a starter, and he, for lack of a better term, freaking sucked. And he ended up being put in the bullpen. He became a really good reliever after he suffered a pretty bad injury in 23, I'm pretty sure it was, and then 24 comes back as a reliever. Is that what happened?
That sounds vaguely correct, yeah.
All I know is his stat. He was a starter for 2021 and 2022. 2023, he didn't play much. 2024, he came back as a reliever, and he was freaking really good. I remember that offseason, we were thinking, if Kris Bubic is actually going to be good with, Urseg in the late innings, then in the future we have something really good. They decided to make him a starter again in 2025, and he just kicked butt. He was in the Cy Young conversation for the entire first half of the year. He had a 2.5 ERA, 116 strikeouts, which was a career high. He averaged 6 innings per game. He made the All-Star game. And I just think that he really has a chance to either fortify our rotation as one of the best in the major league, or depending on the Royals' success in the first early parts of the season, he might really set the stage for the rest of his career by becoming a very valuable trading piece. Trade him off to some other team, go get you a bag, So he is just someone I'm excited to see, because if he balls out, his trade value is going to go up while also making the Royals really good. So we're going to have that conversation somewhere probably late April, early, or what?
Probably have it in late July.
Maybe. I mean, I'm going to probably be thinking about it in May and June of, oh, frick, he's balling out. Do I want to trade him? Because now we have one of the best rotations in the MLB with Noah Cameron balling out, with Waka, Lugo, Higgins, and it's something that I'm really excited for, because it's a kind of a win-win. If he balls out and he stays on our team, then we're going to have one of the best rotations, on paper. And if he balls out and he gets traded, then we're going to probably get something really, really good in exchange for him. So
Yeah, I feel like I don't need to add anything to the Bobby conversation because it's Bobby. But Chris Bubich, I I am happy to have been wrong about him
yeah, yeah,
because I remember whenever he got named to the starting rotation for 25, I was like, absolutely not. That's terrible.
yeah. We've
And
seen this before, and we are not interested in seeing it again.
yeah. Now, I will say health is the biggest concern for him. So he can ball out all he wants. He balled out last year, but it got cut short because he got hurt. So it's like, you got to stay healthy to also have high trade value.
So, Brandon, last thing I wanted to talk about was the stadium video that we made, that we went around and looked at all the locations. What did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you like the final product?
Yeah, the final product was great. And if you want to see it, check out the link at the top of the screen. Give it a watch. Let us know what you think of the stadium locations, where you want them to go. But let's talk about it, because we were on site at some of the potential landing spots for the next Royals Stadium. So we went up to North KC, went to the East Village, the Crossroads, Washington Square Park, went across to Kansas over to the Asperia campus, and really got a good kind of grasp of what these we could dream a little bit and envision what these would look like. And I know when we were driving up to North KC, we drove past the East Village heading north, and both of us were like, that's the East Village. How cool would that be to be driving up this way and just be able to look down into this, and the stadium's right there. So
yeah,
I
think that I think that really each spot, it was a lot different being there physically and standing in the spots. Like, obviously I might not have been standing exactly where the field would have been, but it was the sites and
just in the area.
Yeah, and it really gave you a better idea, because if any of you guys have ever been to a town that has a downtown baseball stadium, you know what I mean when I say, like, when you're in the town and then you're there, it has a certain aura. And I would argue, based completely on aura, I would say that my surface level observation is North Kansas City probably isn't it, just because getting there feels a little weird. It doesn't feel as connected. It kind of still just feels like where they are now. Like, it's not like there's anything to write home about. And then the Leawood location, obviously, there's a ton of stuff around there, so that'd be kind of cool. Traffic would probably be the worst thing in the freaking world, but and then all the downtown locations, all three of them were actually pretty cool. Like, I didn't like the Washington Square Park one on paper at all until I went and actually visited the site and looked at where it could be, like being so close to Crown Center and all the festivities there, being so close to Union Station. Like, I do a lot of stuff in the Crown Center area as well as Union Station for different things with work or for fun, and seeing that stadium there would be really cool. Like, knowing that that's where the Royals play their games, like, that would be so much better utilization of that land than it is right now. A crappy park and a crappy vacant building where Blue Cross Blue Shield used to be with a big, fat, stupid, ugly parking lot. So that area would be really, really cool if they chose to do that. But I think I'm kind of on the same wavelength as you. The East Village one, that would be a really cool spot. Like, you said it in the short, and go watch the short if you haven't yet, but Brandon said it in the short. The Crossroads location might have been his favorite spot. Like, that's where he might have picked, because it was right in the middle of town, a great area that's kind of in the central spot. I still agree with that stance completely. Like, that's kind of the coolest, especially with the concept of Kansas City coming in and making a big park over the highway. Having that bridge that goes from the new stadium to, like, the Power and Light District area, that would be really cool. But if they wanted to go over to the East Village, they could do whatever they want. So I don't know. I really liked all of them. Leave a comment down below where you think. Yeah. But what do you think?
Well, my takeaway was North KC, obviously it's off the table. like North KC's leadership was like, okay, we give up. Basically, I like that area. That area is really cool. Armor Road, Armor Boulevard. I don't know. Armor
Armor
Road.
Road.
Armor
I
Road.
think it's Armor Road.
Yeah.
Armor Avenue. I don't know. I think it's Armor Road.
I like that.
The Iron District up north is all cool. Like, it's not a bad spot. It's just
it's just not downtown.
Yeah.
Same thing with Leawood or with Overland Park. Like, it's in Kansas. 2, it's not downtown, and the message has been we want the park downtown.
Yeah.
And I look at, after visiting the 3 downtown locations, I would be happy with any of them. I think Washington Square Park or the Crossroads would be where I lean more, just because East Village, it seems like the park would have to face away from downtown, which almost defeats the purpose for me. Like, as far as views and skylines go, like Washington Square Park one, I said it would be sweet because it would face north and you would have just an awesome view of the skyline. And the location is great. You have the streetcar right there, which I don't even think we mentioned. The streetcar is right there. And
yeah, we didn't mention that.
With the expansion of that from going all the way down to the plaza, all the way up to the river market, all the way down to the plaza now, and it already goes to the river market. But having that, so like parking, you have more options and availability and accessibility along the streetcar line too. So I think, as far from a, like, that might be the spot. And with, again, it's just all talk because the Royals have not said we want to go there.
Yeah.
But with the idea of we could connect this to the Crossroads, I think that's just, as far as potential, it could really be the spot.
There's a lot of things that they are going to think about that we don't have to. We just get to sit back and watch and be excited about it. I mean, you know, there's not really much going on right now. I mean, we haven't heard much, but we know that there's a lot happening behind the scenes, and a decision could be happening any day now. We really don't know.
Hopefully we know. My I think we said it a few weeks ago. My hope is that by spring training, so less than a month from now, we have an idea of what their intentions are moving forward.
Yeah, which would be really nice, because having that set in stone before the hecticness of not only this season but next off season, you know, that'll give something the Royals to work forward to or work towards. Yeah, with all that, we're excited. So go watch the short. Smash that like button. Smash the subscribe button right now, or the follow button, wherever you're watching this on. Leave a comment. If you think Brandon looks handsome today, tell him. If you like the Kansas City Current, let us know. Where do you want the stadium to go? Where do you want the stadium to go? What player are you most excited to watch? Do you think the Dodgers need to get a muzzle put on them? Do you think Kyle Tucker bit the apple? Do you think there's nothing wrong with what's going on? Do you think the owners are all just a bunch of cheapskates?
My final thing to say today is watch out for giant hunks of metal as you're driving, because they can screw your car up. Well, bye.
All right, guys. Peace.